might want to bring it up a little bit, but I can hear you.
Okay, how am I? What's my volume there?
That seems to be pretty good here. Just bring it down a little bit. Yeah, that should be about fine.
Okay.
And I know she'll be asking the questions over here, but if you can basically be looking over here. And
just pretend I'm there.
Yes, pretend you're sitting over there, yeah. Okay, well, let her go.
We're going to meet Roger Cormier, who is a local celebrity in the Durham region. And in order for people to get to know you, Roger, would you mind just giving us a little brief bio of your musical background? Because really that's where I got to know you, was through your music.
Well, Stella, I started playing in Ontario on the road. I started playing the road in 1969, 70, 71. I had a band and we traveled all throughout Ontario. I recorded back in 69, however, it was the big LPs back then. Then I got off of the road and I raised my family and got involved in business field in the taxi industry, then further in the hotel. From there, after the family was grown up, I got back into the music industry. I recorded one CD called Highway 169, which did very well overseas. In the Netherlands, it went to #1, and I did a song I wrote about my daughter. It went to #3 overseas, and now we're going to be using it on a film that we're about to do, a movie called Quick Justice. So that's, in the meantime, I did a music video which played on CMT called Santa's Magic Sleigh.
Yes.
It was very, very popular. And during the time that I was raising my family, when I got out of the music industry, I started working in the film industry. So I started doing some background and a little bit of acting on there. From there, that led me down to where I am now in Newcastle, which we own JP Sports Bar, which we do entertainment here. And we build a studio down on the farm. JP is Judith and John Piper, and we last summer we built a beautiful studio down in Newtonville on our ranch, and we're scheduling to do a movie called Quick Justice there this spring. Hopefully that all the financing will come together on that, and
I'm sure they will. Good
it's
luck.
already casted.
Great. And I don't suppose we can learn of one of the names that's being cast?
Well,
Not
we
at this
have.
point?
Well, it's pretty hard to disclose it, but one of the leads that's in the offering right now that we're hoping is going to be on is going to be Nick Mancuso.
That's great. Another great Canadian talent.
Yes, very much so. He's did very well in the industry.
And I hear that some of your music's going to be tied in with this film.
Yes, he wrote a song about my daughter who got killed in a car accident. She was 22. However, when I read the script, Quick Justice, the song that I wrote fitted right into the movie, and we're going to incorporate it into the movie.
And it's a wonderful song. I had a hard time listening to it, go all the way through. It made me cry a lot.
Thank you very much.
It's a beautiful song.
Yeah. It's well, it certainly reflects on a lot of people, especially what we call the baby boomers.
Right.
There's an awful lot of us that lost their children tragically or otherwise, which no matter which way it is that you lose them, you still lose them.
Right, and we can all relate in that area. And so at this present time, you're also involved with an association that's being formed?
Yes, we're forming Durham Association Film. Actually, it's Durham Film and Entertainment Association. What we're trying to do is in Durham region, like including myself, I've worked a few acting roles I've had in Toronto. All the background work that I've done has been in Toronto. We have to travel 2 hours to get there, 2 hours to get back. And we're looking at filming down here in our own studios. And in the Durham region, we have all kinds of people, set builders, we have actors, we have ADs, we have directors, camera people, musicians. We have everything we need in Durham region. But however, none of us knows each other. And what we're doing is we're traveling to Toronto. We're all individually traveling to Toronto instead of being down here working with our own film industry.
Well,
and we have it here.
that's right. And soon we hope to be able to rectify that situation. Okay?
smile once in a while.
I'll try.
Okay, where do you want it to go now?
Just continue. You can go through the whole spiel again. I just want two different shots set up.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess your style of music. I haven't heard any of your music, Roger. So,
The style of music?
yeah, the style.
Sure.
Are you a country player? Or?
Yes, I work as a. I was always a tradition music. I'm a great fan of Willie Nelson, Merle Haggard, Charlie Pride, this type of music. That's the type of music that I like.
So when you classify yourself as like a folk singer, is that?
No,
Oh,
I
traditional
country, definitely country western musician, definitely.
Strictly a vocalist, or you play?
I play rhythm. I don't play lead. I wish I did, but I don't play lead. I play rhythm and I lead singer.
I'm just curious about your older records. Maybe you can tell me a little bit about how they were recorded, because I know the recording technology has changed so much. And what did you record it on?
It was vinyl. It was an LP, actually an LP in
Well,
vinyl.
they still had tape. It was still a tape basis they used in recording, and then it would be mass producing the album. But what was it, like a 4-track studio, an 8-track studio?
Oh, it was only, I believe it was only 8-track at the time. But we're going back quite a ways. That was my first, it was an LP, just vinyl, very small studio. However, when I did my first CD, which I did in Campbellford, Ontario, and that one there was a 24-track. However, Santa's Magic Sleigh, I recorded that one in Nashville. The whole album of my Christmas album has all been recorded in Nashville. My video has been recorded in Nashville, and it also played CMT.
Now, one thing I heard about CMT for majority of the videos that are playing on CMT are been down shot on film. Is yours shot on film as opposed to video, or?
No, mine was shot on video. No, actually, mine was shot on film. You're right.
Okay.
It was shot on
I
film.
know they goes for a certain quality.
Yes, it was certainly shot on film, yes.
Yeah. That's a hell of an expense.
It's very expensive. I did mine in Nashville, which is US dollars, so when you turn it over to Canadian, I was fortunate. I had a few friends in Nashville because I was working in Nashville. I was doing some entertainment in Nashville at the time. And of course, a lot of the musicians I knew, and Barbara Mandrell's engineer, which was a friend of mine, he's the one that engineered my record, so
Now,
my cost was.
Is there a different vibe by going down to Nashville? Was there a reason to do that? Just because, say, okay, I was done in Nashville. Could you have done a similar product here, or?
Yes, I could have done a similar product here, except for the fact that at the time when, and this was back in 94, 95, and at the time I didn't know where to go in Toronto or in Oshawa for that matter, because there was just, being that I wasn't involved in the video industry, I was a singer working in the bars and so on and so forth. I really didn't know where to go in the film. And I'm sure that today, even today, we're having the same problem with the entertainers that wants to do a video. They have no idea where to go. But with this here, especially with websites such as Stella's website, that's becoming very well known in the Durham region, and along with the film and the Entertainment Association, surely that everybody's going to have a better chance to find out where they can go at a much better price than what I had to pay when I had to go to the States.
Well, one thing I think is very interesting is I talk to a lot of singers, but usually they're like young guys, and it's refreshing to see somebody. Not to say you're an old guy, but no, you're mature and you're still making music, and I kind of find that fascinating.
It's the reason why a lot of the young people, the younger guys, stop playing is simply because there hasn't been enough in Canada in the past to be able to make enough money to be able to raise a family in the entertainment field, especially as a musician. You just couldn't afford, and that's the reason why I had to get out of it, because I had to raise my family. I had to get what you call a regular job.
So, with your records, are they able to pay themselves? It looks like you've got a successful bar. Is that how you finance a lot of your projects, or?
No, my records hasn't. They sold overseas. They didn't sell in Canada. And again, my Christmas music has sold in the States very nicely, but again, not in Canada. But the problem that we've had in Canada, and we've always had in Canada, is that we haven't got the system going, a good enough system where it's going to take time. It's coming. It's coming very nicely. But the younger people today, they still need the help. They need to, they can't afford to go put out 10, 15, 20, 30,000 for a video. They need to have the film industry, they need to have the studios, they need to have the camera people, the people that's going to get behind them and say, okay, we're going to do it. And all they have to pay is the film or whatever that particular portion is.
I'm just curious if your perspective as a songwriter has changed as you got older.
Oh, certainly. By all means.
What were you writing? Okay, were you just writing about girls and cars 20 years ago? And
more, yes, more on the, I guess what you call a 20-year-old material, same as today's 20-year-old material. It's all changed. But however, I was brought up in the country. I was brought up in a little town in New Brunswick, outside of Bathurst, New Brunswick. And it was a very, very much the country music, not even country, it was country and western music. And we were brought up in that particular line.
What type of things do you like to write about now?
I've always wrote basically about life, and such as the film that I'm about to do. I didn't write the film. I didn't write the script. The script was written by a guy by the name of Bozidar Benedict out of Mississauga. He's got 38 best-selling books overseas, and he's never got them off of the market in Canada. However, his film, Quick Justice, is very down-to-earth country film, which is one of those that there's no it's a very clean. It's a very clean movie. It's set up for family entertainment. There's no swearing. There's no strippers. There's no any of this into it.
What's the basic plot line of Quick Justice? And I just said the capsule.
The basic summary of it is a high-class detective out of Chicago who lost his wife through cancer, and he moved to a small country town to raise his 12-year-old daughter. He raised her, put her through university, and when she came back home, she ended up getting murdered in a small town, and he set out to find the people who did the murders.
And do some quick justice.
And do some very quick justice.
Well, I guess you could maybe thank Roger for his great insight.
Thank you, Roger, for your brief interview. We enjoyed getting to know you a little more.
You'll have to say, okay, if you can, we'll get you, if you can repeat your name and just say you're tuned into Stellar Showcase. That'd be great.
Okay, go.
Well, I would like to thank you, and I'd like to let everybody know that I'm tuned into Stellar Showcase, and I would like to thank her for inviting me to speak and say what we're doing and try to explain a little bit what we're trying to establish in the Durham region. And once again, Stella, thank you very much. I appreciate you asking me over tonight.
My pleasure, Roger.
Thank you.